You might have seen this device on my channel. I did review this phone few days ago, and I said that I will install a custom ROM on this and I will try out how this device performs. So this is a Samsung Galaxy A5 2016. So it's almost 8 years old device. So when this device was released, it got Android Lollipop and it was updated to Android Nougat. After that, there was no update for this device, so this device officially dead in terms of firmware. But Android 7 is still pretty much usable. But if you want more than that, you can go with custom ROMs. So here I have installed a custom ROM called crDroid ROM based on Android 11. This ROM works surprisingly well. Although it's a custom ROM, but it works much better than the stock Android 7. So as you can see here, the device booted up. Let's see what we are getting with this ROM. So let's unlock. And first of all, we will check our Android version, setting, and about device. So as you can see, Android version. So it got Android 11. So the crDroid version is 7.16. So the device I have here is actually Exynos variant. There are two variants of this device. One of them is Snapdragon variant and one of them is Exynos variant. But the firmware and the files I will provide in this video description will be only for this device. So if you have a Snapdragon variant, you have to find yourself. And the flashing process, although I'm not showing that, but I did make a video about installing custom ROM on Samsung Note 3. So you can follow that video. It's pretty much same. But one more thing you have to do, you have to open developer option and allow the bootloader unlocking. After that, you can follow the rest of the video like the Note 3 video. It's pretty much straightforward, and the installation process is actually pretty simple. Anyone can do that. So you have to be cautious about installing custom ROM. You might break your device, so be careful about that. And as you can see here, Android security patch level is March 5th 2022. So that's all about it. As I said, you can update this device up to Android 13. Although I do have Android 13 based ROM, I will try it after this ROM. I'm just trying which ROM works good on this, as this device got only 2 GB of RAM. Going with heavier ROM will be very bad for this device, and I will try to find a suitable custom ROM for this device so that it can be usable for few more years. Going back, so the setting layout is pretty much a stock OSP based ROM, so there is nothing much going on. But there are features available for this device. First of all, network and internet. So let me connect to my Wi-Fi. So Wi-Fi is working flawlessly, no issue. It does connect to my Wi-Fi 5 GHz band, no issue with that. So as you can see here, got 5G. So Wi-Fi is working, Bluetooth is working, even NFC is working, which is pretty awesome. In terms of network capability, one thing which is not working is VoLTE. So if you rely on VoLTE does not work on any custom ROM actually, because the VoLTE is actually proprietary to the Samsung devices. So you cannot port that thing to a custom ROM. So that's one downside. But I don't really use VoLTE, so it does not really matter for me. So things like app notification is there. If you want to turn on NFC, you can go to connected device and connection preference, and you can see NFC here, and you can turn it on. It takes a little time to turn on, and it does work actually. So as you can see here, it is taking time, but it will eventually turn on. Rather than that, we can go back. So as you can see, NFC is turned on right now. In terms of battery, the battery is doing pretty awesome. It got a 3000 mAh battery, but the battery is doing great actually. In terms of battery settings, so as you can see here, we are not getting much thing actually here. So you can go to battery saver and extreme power saving mode, and performance profile, you can boost it, you can reduce it. So that's all you are getting. There are no feature like scheduling the charging or controlling the amperage like other ROMs I have reviewed for my Redmi Note 8 or Redmi Note 6 Pro. So you cannot get those features on this ROM. Display section. So in the display section, we got brightness level. Dark mode is turned on right now. Let me turn it off. So I'm using dark mode here because as you can see, the display is pretty bad on my device, burn-in issue. Because of that, I'm using dark mode. It looks good because this ROM got system-wide dark mode, so everything goes dark. It looks good on AMOLED panel. Rather than that, we got adaptive brightness. It does work. So as you can see here, it now brighten up the display. Let me reduce it again. so that you can see well. So that's it. Going back, and we have style and wallpaper. So you can choose icons, grid and clock, all those things. Screen timeout, rotation setting, you can go up to even 180 degree also if you want. And smallest DPI, screensaver, wake up, and advanced display, scenario and accessibility. So there are a few things you can choose to calibrate your display or color preference. Going back, we have sound, and sound does work perfectly fine. As you can see here, everything is working, and there are a few more settings here actually, as you can see here. Touch sound, touch vibration, so it's up to you. Whatever you like, you can turn on or off. In terms of storage, as you can see, almost 11 GB available, although it is running on Android 11, so that's really good actually for a ROM. So in terms of security, it got both face and fingerprint unlock, so both of them working flawlessly. First of all, we'll try a face unlock, and as you can see here, it's pretty fast actually. It's pretty fast for this kind of device which did not come with any kind of face unlock. And the fingerprint unlock is also working. So as you can see here, fingerprint unlock is also working flawlessly, no issue. So both of them works. So in terms of pattern lock, if you want stronger pattern, you can do that actually. So you can select pattern and you can choose the grid actually. So 3x3, 4x4, 5x5 or 6x6. So whatever you like, it's available. And it's pretty good actually. In terms of security, it's pretty good ROM. Rather than that, account, accessibility, all those things same to all the OSP based ROM. So in terms of feature, as this ROM is crDroid ROM, so it got its own features in own settings. So as you can see here, crDroid setting, if you go there, here all the customizations are available as you can see. And I did do some tweaks here. As you can see, the clock position, change the battery icon, and you can do more things actually, a lot of things available, and you can go through all these things. One thing which is not here actually is that full screen gesture. So it's not available on this device. We do have navigation button here, but you can disable this and you can get on-screen navigation buttons, but still no full screen gesture. So in terms of features, as you can see here, all the things you need actually available. I think more than that. So going back, system, there is nothing much going on. So as you can see, everything is there. Now onto the home screen. So in terms of applications, as you can see, there are not a lot of application here. This ROM did not come with GApps. So if you want to install this ROM on your device, you have to flash GApps separately if you want GApps. So as you can see here, there are few applications inbuilt like audio effects, browser, calculator, calendar, camera, clock, contact, and files, gallery, metalog, messaging, music, phone. These things are there actually. I did install GApps, so Play Store is working perfectly fine. The camera application, as you can see here, it's a Snapdragon camera application which works flawlessly, no issue with that. Video, front facing camera, everything is working. In terms of Gcam, if you want Gcam, so if I try Gcam at your application, try to find a Gcam for this device. As you can see here, camera to API module is disabled, so you cannot install Gcam directly here. But if you install Magisk here, you can edit build prop of this device and get the camera to API enable. Then you can actually install a Gcam here. It might work, I don't really know. In terms of other things like photos, so if you upload your photos to your Google Photos, so you got unlimited storage for Google Photos. As you can see here, the Pixel can up unlimited photos and videos at no charge. So really cool for this device actually. In terms of safety net does not work here, so you cannot use any kind of bank application here. So no bank application. And rather than other things like Play Store is working, so let me show you. It's working flawlessly, no issue with that. And YouTube also working. As you can see here, everything is working flawlessly actually. So it's a perfect ROM for this device. Android 11 is pretty much still usable without any kind of issue. All the apps support you are getting here, all the apps does work. You are getting really good battery backup, face unlock and everything there. So it's a really good ROM for this device actually. So if you have a 2016 model Exynos variant, you should try this ROM. So the ROM link will be in the description below with TWRP and GApps. You can download and flash on your own risk. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.